Hefe don't care about number what the check say. Big bowling alley pizza, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Got some dudes that's gonna be some YouTubers real soon.
Hey, ring that bell, I'm gonna bring you mail.
They're gonna bring it right to you, you dig? What's the good old big deal? What's the big good old deal? It's your boy Young and Hefe, man, coming at y'all with one. So as we do, y'all know we sliding and riding through these YouTube streets. And what do we come upon? The game. So I passed by this segment a few times, but somehow, some way, it keeps circling my way. And it came back in a full circle for about the third time. So I'm going to go ahead and elaborate on this situation. And if you don't know, and if you're just tuning in, you will reach Hot Topics with Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. And if you ring that bell, I'm going to bring you mail. And you already know it don't cost you nothing to subscribe. So let's get these likes up in these YouTube streets. So, seemed like a lot been going on. And over the past years, we've got to see game and had a chance to be stagnant with game, had a chance to grow with game, and things of that sort. And like for me, just commentating and watching, in my opinion, the game is like a real emotional dude. Like a lot of things he does is like swayed on emotion. You know, real emotional dude, you know what I'm saying? Seems to be an emotional ticking time bomb at times. And he's just been plastered lately in this media news, you know what I'm saying, for choice words he's been choosing, things he's been saying. I guess he finally had enough of being in the shadows of Dre, you know what I'm saying? And in the beginning, he probably had to succumb. It ain't no probably. He had to succumb and look up and just go along for the ride and accept whatever it was that Dre was handing to him and giving him. You know what I'm saying? Being shit, it's Dre there. You feel me? Like, you know, that's a West Coast pioneer. You know, anything after, you know what I'm saying, really don't hold no much, really don't hold no weight. You know what I'm saying? Really don't hold no weight. So to me, man, it just seemed like over the years, man, gaming got tired of being overshadowed. You know what I'm saying? As well as this situation with the Super Bowl with Eminem and whoever performed at that Super Bowl. Eminem performed it, 50 performed. Kendrick performed as well, you know. As y'all gonna see during this commentation, that Game had hinted towards 50 and Eminem performing. He didn't say anything about Kendrick, although I'm pretty sure he felt some way about Kendrick, being that he resurrected for sure and brought the West Coast back, and you know, to his own discretion and recognition, you feel me? Like, he held the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? He held the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, to not be on that stage, to even be shadowed by Kendrick, even though, you know, Kendrick is a bigger artist, a more polished artist, and, you know, an artist that everybody, you know what I'm saying, come to like, you know what I'm saying, doing his reign in time, you know what I'm saying, in hip-hop. However, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to hold y'all long, so I'm going to go ahead and drop these clips, you know what I'm saying, that the Game has been dropping in interviews he's been taking over these past few years and or months, you know what I'm saying, days or weeks. And you already know the halfway we're going to commentate.
Hov put it together, and so He picked the artist that he thought was fit for the Super Bowl that he was in charge of putting together, right?
But with everything we know about Game's mindset, it seemed like only a matter of time until it all spilled out. And finally, he admitted that it got to him.
Snoop is an icon. Dre is an icon. M is an icon, but M is not from LA. 50 is not from LA. And I'm not taking away from the fact that they were on the Super Bowl, but LA have been on a Detroit Super Bowl or a New York Super Bowl. It just wouldn't have happened. LA, all around the Super Bowl, and I don't get the call.
From that moment on, a switch was flicked, and the floodgates were now open for the Game to finally cross the line that he'd never had before. And that was...
So as y'all see right there, it finally blew over. You know, I'm pretty sure we all along knew that Game felt some type of way. If you was in the same boat, would you have felt some type of way? Would I have felt some type of way? Hell yeah. For sure I would have felt some type of way. Game have a valid reason to feel some type of way. And in the beginning, I would never have tucked my tail. You know, I would have, you know, showed face, you know what I'm saying, in rare skin and form and fashion, elaborated on how I felt. But I know just over the years, you know what I'm saying, probably him having a respect for Dr. Dre, looking at Dr. Dre as a West Coast pioneer, you know what I'm saying, to some, the Creed, you know what I'm saying, Elder G, you know what I'm saying, so, you know, I'm pretty sure he probably didn't want to, like, offset Dr. Dre or disrespect him, you know what I'm saying, and righteously coming out like, oh yeah, it was some bullshit, you know, Kendrick performed, you know what I'm saying? Even before Kendrick came out, you know, I've been resurrected the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? He said how he felt about Eminem being up there, you know what I'm saying? He said how he felt about 50 being up there. You know, if it was Detroit, the LA person wouldn't be up there. If it was New York, the LA person wouldn't be up there, you know what I'm saying? So as far as that aspect, I can't totally agree because, you know what I'm saying, like I said, if the ball's in your court and you narrating the Super Bowl, regardless if it's in your hometown, you can bring who you want to bring. And if you have ties with dudes as such as strong as Dr. Dre has had with Eminem over the years, you know, and 50 at one time, then, you know, of course, these are guys you're going to call to show up. You know what I'm saying? You have a catalog with them. You know what I'm saying? You done broke bread and made millions with these people. On another note, but just basically my aspect as a West Coast pioneer and helping the West Coast back to the forefront. In my time, hell yeah, I felt the need. I should have been called and been put on that stage. But as y'all see, that didn't happen. So we're going to go to the rest of these next clips, you know what I'm saying, because it's some more, you know what I'm saying, shocking and telling news, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be exposed. You know what I'm saying, and y'all already know. It's the half effect. We're going to commentate.
Didn't do any beats on a documentary, but I didn't say he didn't oversee it. You want Dre to oversee anything because he's a mastermind when it comes to that. But as far as like doing a beat for the documentary, no. And I've never had a Dre beat in my career. I've never had a song with Dre on it and Dre been in my video. Snoop has a ton. M has a ton. I don't have none.
Soon he was claiming that Kanye West, a man who Game had openly beefed with.
Now, that's really shocking for me. I don't know if y'all paid attention or heard what I heard. Game ain't never had a Dre beat? God damn. Now I see where all this, you know what I'm saying, borderline hatred is arising from. Like, I for sure thought the documentary, you know what I'm saying, had Dre written all over it. I for sure thought some of them funky beats on there was Dre beats, but them wasn't even Dre beats. But I guess just the effect of Dre overseeing the property, overseeing the album, gave it the Dre effect. You know what I'm saying? Him being from Compton, Game being from Compton, being seen in pictures with Dre screaming out Dre name, gave it that effect that it needed. And it got passed on as if it had Dre beats on there. So this man just elaborated that he ain't never had a Dr. Dre beat. Goes on to drop Snoop name, goes on to drop Eminem name. Like I ain't gonna even lie. That part right there, like I don't even know how ecstatic I even am, or I don't even want to act or put no extras on it. But I for sure I would have argued somebody down, put my life on the line, bet $1 million that Game had a Dre beat. This man ain't never even had a Dre beat. This man ain't never even had a Dre beat. That's ugly. And so, is he wrong in his assessment? You know, when Kanye is coming, dropping gems on him, giving him beats, doing things from him, doing things for him, you know what I'm saying? Is he wrong in his assessment to feel like Kanye did more?
Crazy that Ye did more for me in the last 2 weeks than Dre did for me my whole career.
Naturally, the world collectively eye-rolled at this comment, while those who were there firsthand at Aftermath made sure to tell everybody he was out of pocket.
When you see Game say, yo, Dre never did nothing for me. I remember Dre being in the studio and giving you them hits, bro.
Suddenly doing to Dre what he'd done to so many others before, Game had now disparaged.
Okay, so basically he's standing on that, like, it came to a head what I guess basically did with Dre. It seemed like Dre like ignores him, or like attitude is nonchalant towards him, and Game is more like try to put on this gangster persona and slash have this high and mighty ego. So I guess the ego has finally took flight, and got tired of being caged, and trying to keep his mouth shut and pay homage, to the doc. So y'all see Tony Yayo, he furthermore comes in with his assessment of the situation and say, like, man, I was there. Like, what about them hits he gave you? So if he's never had a Dre beat, I'm trying to figure out, like, what hits did he give? Like, Dre's not a writer. He wasn't penning for him. Is there something else we don't know about, or something else that was going on, or is just, I guess, him overseeing the project? Are them the hits he gave? Because from Game mouth, he never had a beat. We know Dre to had them crazy West Coast beats, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And Game ain't even had one, so I'm just wondering, like, from what aspect is Tony Yayo speaking from? Furthermore, y'all already know, we getting towards the end, we gotta mop and sweep these owls up. So we gonna play some more of these clips. And y'all already know, man, a halfway and half effect, we gonna commentate.
A little inebriated, and I said some things that I meant. I'm not gonna take it back. I ain't no sucker. But having Dre do anything for your project, anything in your career, touch any part of anything that you're doing in life is such a blessing that I shall not ever on that again. And I haven't talked to Dre since. It don't really matter if we talk again in life. Like, I'm a stand-up Compton, LA, and it is what it is. It's just that I should have gave him more grace with what he actually did do, and that was mentor me and do things that nobody else could have done for me in my career. When I was talking on there, I was speaking in terms of what Ye was doing right at that moment, which was life-changing for me. And then I based it on Dre's lack thereof, because I took the business part personal, and I should have left it business. But Dre is Dre, bro. We all know what Dr. Dre do. With Eminem, it was just me being upset with Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre can't out-rap me, so I just went at him, just because that's just how I get sometimes.
If this was an isolated incident, then perhaps Dre would be able to let it go. But in actual fact, it's part of a larger pattern of behavior, which has defined and ultimately destroyed Dre's respect for the game. Because just like he went at M as a proxy for Dre, Game has also sought to undermine Kendrick in ways that land somewhere between jealousy and anger over how he feels Dre has overlooked him. Saluted on Black Boy Fly by Kendrick as a rapper he'd always looked up to, Game was there when the torch was passed to K-Dot by Snoop. Over the years, Kendrick collaborated with the Game on several tracks, and by all accounts, it looked like these two West Coast artists were on good terms. But what was notable is that at every turn, whether in the spirit of competitiveness or jealousy, it's as though the Game has tried to downplay Kendrick's skills.
Can't nobody in Compton out-rap Game. Kendrick do it. I love that to death. I flew past Kendrick when that was on foot in a Range Rover and showed him how to do it. Don't play with Game name. Hardest in Compton, rapping, lyricist, me.
Once again, the game has let liquor do the talking and fostered a potential problem.
So as y'all see, I mean, you got no choice. After you said what you said, you gotta stand on what you say. You can't get caught up in these drunken runts. Can't get caught up in these drunken rants. Not runts. Not runts like you smoke, rants. You can't get caught up in these drunken rants talking crazy and expect not to stand on it later, because ain't too many people gonna give you a life jacket that's gonna save you when it comes to their well-being in their name. When it comes to people well-being in the name in this industry, and you speaking out publicly, you gotta watch what you saying. You gotta watch what you saying. And if not, just stand on what you saying. So, I kind of feel like, he tried to take a back seat, but say, I ain't no sucker. I'm gonna stand on what I said, but I shouldn't have said it in that form. I should have put some respect on his name. So allow me to clean it up. I said what I said, but I'm cleaning it up because I was going through some things at the time. So now let me clean it up. And furthermore, whether we talk to each other again or not, it is what it is. I'm still going to apologize, because that's the doc, even though he didn't give me no Dre tracks or Dre beats, his mentorship was exceptional, without his mentorship, where would I be, per se? Furthermore, I definitely see the jealousy spurt with Game and Kendrick. There's definitely a jealousy spurt there, because why would you say that I flew past Kendrick when he was walking and I was in the Range Rover? Of course, he was just entering in the game, you know what I'm saying? So, he had to get his celebrity out there, get his person out there, be heard. And if man's been heard, and look what's happened since he's been heard. You ain't passing by him now in no Range Rover. That's not happening. So I definitely see the hate there. And I'm pretty sure it's a soft spot. It's a soft spot. You've been in the game since 2005. Arguably 2003, but 2005 as a household name and artist, resurrected the West, ain't never had a Dre beat. Kendrick come in, the chosen one, he's accepted by Dre. I don't know if he had a Dre beat, but I haven't heard anything that I think is a Dre beat or Dre sound, but the mentorship has been there, as well as him, popping up, giving Kendrick guidance and things like that, So it's definitely a sore spot to even see Snoop Dogg pass a crown down to Kendrick Lamar. I don't ever remember a crown being passed to Game. And do Game deserve a crown? Yeah, he definitely deserves a crown. We're not going to take that from him, from what he done. So it's definitely a sore spot when you up here, you watching other peers pass things on and wasn't passed down to you. It's like you got looked right over. So I can understand the sore spot and him jumping out there, like finally taking shots at Dre, trying to attack Eminem and things of that sort. But, as every matter, the same things is just like even going from bad to worse, for my boy Chuck, because alongside these little beefs with the Kendrick Lamars and now showing up to the pop-up, and whatever's going on with him and Dre, now he have legal trouble. He had legal trouble. I don't know if his hormones was jumping, or if I don't know if this is just a case of one of them gold diggers filing a lawsuit and creating a circus and spectrum to receive some money. But, however, I remember this brawl because I remember watching a game show around this time, but this brawl was awarded $7 million, and that $7 million has still not been paid. So let's get into that.
In All Hip Hop magazine, the Game was sued in 2015 by a contestant, Priscilla Rainey, who appeared on his VH1 reality show, she's got game. She initially accused the Compton rapper of sexual battery and won $7 million judgments against the love it or hate it rapper.
Love it or hate it.
The lawsuit was filed in 2015 and she won the judgment the following year. The Game has not paid anything towards the judgment. Court papers by the media outlet reveals that Rainey served the Game and his manager Wack 100 and hopes to seize on the rapper's property. Rainey suspects the home is in Wack 100's name and preventing the seizure of a house from being taken from the rapper. A process server sent a notice of levy, written of execution, and more to the Games and Wack 100's in June. Rainey states both men are listed at the address. Earlier this month, All Hip Hop reported that Rainey subpoenaed his children's school district for proof of residency and the records.
Dang, she went to the deep end of the pool. She went out and searching about his kids. Like, where they living at?
No, to see where his address is,
right.
Because he trying to say he live at Wack 100 house and he don't got no mansion or nothing. She going after his house, B.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She putting a lien on that bad baby.
It's all-
Man, it ain't always nice in paradise, as y'all see, man. You know, Game was doing these love and hip hop shows and trying to find a game of love, and I don't know if he got caught up in a celebrity, if he was grabbing and groping, or if he hit a baby girl and, you know what I'm saying, try to get on his player thing and left things on bad term. Now she coming after his money. I don't know. You feel me? I don't know what the situation is. But as y'all see, whatever it is, I don't know if it was a case of the courts, you know what I'm saying, being shady and janky, because they can be, or we don't know if, you know what I'm saying, it was some good evidence of what this female was claiming, because she's awarded $7 million, and you know the boy still ain't paid up on that $7 million. I wouldn't have paid up on that shit either. You know what I'm saying? And as you see, they talking about, you know, he got property in the boy Wack 100 name, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he might be going broke, you know, but they gonna say that about anybody. Definitely when you following them chapter 11, what's that thing called? When you go broke, Donald Trump had did it. This man, I can't even think of it. I don't call a brain for it, but I'm pretty know what y'all talking. I'm pretty sure that y'all out there, you know what I'm saying, can help me out in the chat to know what I'm talking about. You know, and the words of the boy Rich Trapper, words are hard, you know what I'm saying, and this word is hard tonight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bankruptcy, chapter 11 bankruptcy. So, you know, I'm pretty sure he pulling the bankruptcy chapter out, you know what I'm saying, pulling that rug right up out from under her ass, because I'll be doing the same thing. Ain't nobody just giving up no 7 M's. It's not happening. Definitely not the Game. You know what I'm saying? That 7 M's, that's going to hurt. That is going to heezer. That being said, man, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Game woosah, you know what I'm saying, get some of that good praying oil, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, you know what I'm saying, baptize itself, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, rethink, you know what I'm saying, meditate a couple times, maybe do some yoga, man, and get it together, you know what I'm saying, alakazam, hopefully this shit disappear, you know what I'm saying, but this your boy Young and Hefe, that's what I got for y'all. It don't cost you nothing to like and subscribe, so go ahead and get them likes up. Go ahead and get them likes up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel, Young and Hefe. Ring that bell, I'm going to bring you mail.